Hello, now it's Emma's turn. So, a new layer for the line, and let's start. Logically, it's a very similar process to the one we did on Stanley. Not much differences in the process. For this character, what I'm doing is I'm using a thinner line. Let's do the curve. Let's get closer in order to feel this little turn. Sometimes I tend to get further from the drawing because I like to see the whole picture. It's very common that people draw too close to the drawing, and then when you eventually look at it from a distance, you realize that there are things that don't work. As you see, it's just following the sketch. And if you find something that you want to correct, feel free to do so. Don't think the sketching is the final version and that you have to follow it 100% strictly, okay? As I said, sometimes some things come up that you think, this could look good here. I don't like to leave these round tips. I like sharpening them. Let's make all the shape and then we'll make the details in the face. I'm making the line thicker at the bottom because there will be a shadow here precisely that will be casted by the head towards the neck. So I feel the weight of the line there looks good. A thin neck, as we talked about. And as you see, this part is quite automated. Having the sketch below, it's much easier. That's why it's always good to make a sketch and not going directly to the final result or making details at the beginning. Let's introduce some lines inwards, which offer a lot. Let's introduce a bit the hair. Okay, lines that follow the direction. So if there's this curve here, it would be good to have a hairline, something like this. This part here is important. It's all a matter of letting your hand go. I don't want to over elaborate it. If we do, I feel that for what we're doing, which is a cartoon style illustration, it wouldn't bring much to it, you know? Let's see. Now with the nose, remember the triangle. We start with this triangle shape, a hole, another one here, and we'll make a thinner line downwards. That's it. I don't like this part much. Let's just make something simpler. Smaller curve here, and that's it. Now the lips. We said the corner of the lips would be slightly curved upwards because of the smile. Some small mountains for lips. 1, 2. Here, more or less, it's the middle. The next one downwards. Now for the eyebrows. And we'll go with the eyes. If this eyebrow is starting at the same point as the eye's corner, the other should go the same way. So the corner of the other eye is about here. Now with the eyelashes. For these, I'll thicken the brush since these will be like makeup, kind of. Always through the borders and erasing if the stroke gets too thick at the final peak. So we would have this shape for the eyelashes. The lower one we should be a bit thicker too, but not as thick because it has makeup too. And now finally the eyes. For the eyes we'll use a slight line, almost invisible because it would be better to just deliver the shape of the inner side with the color. So you'll see this better when coloring. For now, then just a slight guideline. So don't worry if you don't close the line or if it's not quite defined. We only need the shape of the pupil for when we color. You'll see why. Now the inner part with the suggested shine there, which is the shine we have on our eyes. Oh, here, there's too much here. So, because if you notice, it was taking too much of the center shape. Like this. And to finish, we could draw some freckles, since she's red-haired. In the photo you may not notice it, but some freckles will look good as an extra detail. And now we have our character inked. Now the final stage, the coloring.